All right, good morning, everyone. It is 11:37 on September the 7th, 2021, and today I get to do a $195 recap. So, yeah, you can see there's quite a bit of red mixed in there with the green, and if it weren't for a swing trade that I cashed in on today, actually, it would probably be really close to a break-even day. In fact, that's where it would be. If you can see here in the middle of the page, there's AEI. I'll bring that chart up in a minute, and I'll show you. I had my eye on this thing, and I was waiting for a good price to buy. And well, I'll go over it. I'll show you what I did. Closed out. I put in on some SPY options over the weekend, or I put on SPY options before the weekend. And the reason that I did that is I wanted some protection going into this weekend. I don't know, was looking at kind of the shape of things and was just like, I don't want to get caught blindsided by some crazy news event over the weekend. Whatever it could be, I don't know. But I put on some downside protection for the weekend and managed to get out of that. You can see here, there are the SPYs. I've got expirations here for the 19th of November as well as the 1st of October, strikes at 420 and 403. And, got out of them. It's the cost of insurance kind of, I mean, I lost, I don't know. I mean, you would say I lost, but you could say I spent about $22 on that insurance. And then the rest of it is from today. MTCH, Rnxt, I could have left Rnxt alone, really. And then there's BILI. My trades on BILI and MTCH were pretty good. Here, let's kind of go over it. So here's MTCH, and I marked out. This is the 5-minute chart. So after I was looking at the 1-minute chart, usually I would have it on the 1 minute here, but with the way this stock was moving, I thought that the 5-minute would suit better. Let me go back over the 5-minute here. So, oops. Let me move that back to, I had that at the open. So move that back over to the open. There we go. And so, okay. Here we have a dip down below. Here's the open. Yeah, then there's a dip down below this first Fibonacci here at 157.23. And I managed to buy it pretty close to 157.23. I don't remember exactly where it was. It wasn't too far off of that price, though. And it moved up for, I think it was like about, I want to say 157.50, something like that. And then it moved up, I got $1.20 on it. And so it moved up as high as 159.92, but I let it go for 159 and some change. So yeah, pretty close to the close of this candle. I got it pretty close to the line, so 157.50 plus $1.20 is 158.70. So 158.70. I think I let it go in this next candle right here, somewhere in here. Anyway, I got $1.20 off of it. So, that was a 1% move on MTCH. A little bit better than a 1% move. No, a little bit less than a 1% move. A 1% move would have been $1.58. I got $1.20. So it actually gave me the 1% move, but I didn't cash out on it. I missed my target, but it's kind of okay. It was a gain. Then let's see, Abcl, I didn't trade at all. This thing, I took a look at this thing and it came down. I actually had an alarm at $18.95, but the volume and the price action on this thing was so slow and sporadic. And after a pullback from its pre-market here, I mean, it had a pre-market at $19.90. A dollar pullback. I could have put a couple hundred shares toward it, but I just didn't have a lot of confidence in it, so I left it alone. BILI. Now, this one was a pretty good one here. So BILI on the first 1 minute candle here dipped down below this this Fibonacci right here, and on the way back up, I bought 200 shares of BILI and made $1.49 and $1.46. Oh wait, no, I only bought 100 shares. Sorry, bought 100 shares and made about we'll call it $1.46 per share. And so that was a little bit more than 1% on that one. I caught it. I don't remember. I may have put an order in at $9. I think it's 15 cents. Let's see. Let's go back and look at the price. Go pretty far back. I can't see it from here. All right, hang on. Go to the daily. Go to the daily chart here and see if I can find it. This is the 1 minute. I really stepped in it this time. Where? Okay, is this where it is? What's going on with my chart? 30th. This is the 7th. All right. So the 7th is right here. Where is this thing? That's the 7th of September. That's today, right there. What did I do to my chart? Auto. There we go. That's what I did to my chart. I hit auto by accident. Okay. All right. So this price, let me go to the 10-minute and see if I can find that price real quick on this. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so yeah, $9.15. Sorry about all that clicking and moving and stuff. All right, so $9.15. And I don't remember the exact price that I got in on this, but essentially it was on the 1 minute, and it was the cross back above this $9.15 price right here. Yeah, I caught it for about $1.46. It's the only trade that I took on it. You know, pretty good trade. You know, $1.46. Let's see. I think I was in. Let's call it $9. I think it was $9.15. And so $92.60 is where I sold it. So I sold it right here, right in there. So it was a good trade. Okay, Rnxt. Disappointment. So I attempted to make a buy on Rnxt here. I think it was $10.63. In fact, I know it was. I remember it was $10.63. This Fibonacci right here was at 1061, and I decided 1063 would be just as good as 1060. It's 2 pennies away, and it tried to break and move, and it did not. And I wound up losing 47 cents per share on this trade on Rnxt. Yeah, essentially 47 cents per share, and I took 500 shares, and so that kind of put me. That was a. Let's see, we'll call it 215, 240. So that put me basically, after the getting rid of the SPY options, that put me to basically break even for the day, which was really kind of lame. It sucked. But, yeah, that's the way it goes. So yeah, so while I'm on it, Rnxt, and the next one that I tried to take was for the break of $10. You know, the break of $10 is kind of a, you know, it's a milestone price, but it couldn't do couldn't do anything. I had an order in for $10.01 as it broke right here, and it made a high. It says the high is $9.99, but don't trust the prices that you see on TradingView. That's so terrible to say, but it's true. You just can't trust these prices. It's really too bad. But anyway, yeah, so I bought at $10.01. It couldn't do it. It just couldn't break above $10. And let's see. Yeah, I let it go. Rnxt, for that second trade, I lost 10 cents per share. I let it go at $9.91. I wasn't going to let it. And this was another one that I took 500 shares on too. You know, I'm looking for momentum on small caps, and when you get it, you know, 500 shares, you know, it can move up on you, you know, into profits pretty quickly. The same is true for the downside, but it just wouldn't hold that break at 10. It just wouldn't do it, and so I let it go. And then the second trade, yeah, so it couldn't hold above the Fibonacci, and then couldn't hold the break of 10. Let it go. Here it is at this Fibonacci. I think this is $9.29. But I'm not interested in this point. It's just, this thing is just fading out. And the news on this, I was skeptical on this one today. Obviously not skeptical enough. But the news on Rnxt is it has an FDA approval for a cancer treatment device. Usually an FDA approval, causes stocks to go through the roof. Not in the past. There was IMPL on Friday. IMPL. You can see here on Friday it announced it got some kind of an FDA approval. It opened at $33.85 and closed. Let's see the close here. Let's see if I can find it. Close here was at $18.57. FDA approval on some, leukemia, something or other, I can't remember. But no joy for the FDA approvals here in the past couple of days. Not nice, not nice at all. Starting out, pre-market, going pretty high pre-market, and then just opening up and trailing off and dumping, not going anywhere. And then I gave a stab of at IRNT, and now I got out of this one just above break even for about $20, $19 here. Pardon me. I only bought 100 shares, and I went for, maybe I'll bring up on the, I can't remember if I marked it off on the 1 minute or the 10 minute. Here, let's see. I'm going to bring up the 1 minute. Oh, I put it back on 5 minutes. Okay. There's a VWAP setup, volume weighted average price setup that I like on the 5 minute basis, but it just wasn't giving the setup. So yeah, here on the, I'll keep it on the 5 minute. Went for the break of this Fibonacci. I think it was $25 even. Yeah, $25 even. And it ran up just a tad. It ran up to 25 and a half, which was nice. It was $50, but then it just started falling down again. And so I was like, okay, let me just get out of this thing before it turns red on me. And then actually it came back and made that break over this Fibonacci again and went all the way to the next Fibonacci, which is $2 away, $25 to $27.85. I would have loved, and actually went as high as 30 here. And I would have loved to have been $29.96, close enough. Would have loved to have been a part of that trade, but it shook me off, and I didn't have it. I was watching it, I had an eye on it, but I just didn't have the confidence that it was going to do anything after, after this fail right here. So I just kind of, and I was very skeptical of this one. Pre-market here, it went, let me go back to the 10 minute. Pre-market this morning, IRNT went as high as $42.39 in the pre-market this morning. This is what time? 4 o'clock in the morning. Went as high as $42.39, and then has basically fallen. It fell back to almost half of that pre-market high at a low. It looks like the low here is around $22.52. So a $20 loss, from the pre-market high. And so I was skeptical of this thing anyway. And then when it didn't behave the way I thought it, it didn't give me the breakout that I was looking for, I was just pretty much done with it. I was like, why am I going to bother trying to trade this thing when it's, it's probably not going to go anywhere anyway. Now it did go somewhere, but, there was really, I had no confidence that it would do anything like it did up there to 30 like that. A crossover, and actually you can see here's the open. I have the Fibonacci right at the open here. Let's see what that Fibonacci, $29 or $27.91. You can see here, let's see, this thing broke $27.91 and ran up to 30 and then fell back down again. So that would have been a nice quick trade. There's a nice quick trade there, nice quick profitable trade right there. But by this time, I was just kind of like done with it. I wasn't interested in trading it anymore. I stayed a little bit late in the day today to see about catching something after 10:30, close to the 11 o'clock hour. And it did make a move. You can see one of these, IRNT did make the move, but I don't know. I'm just kind of like, yeah, better safe than sorry. Walk away with $195. Come back and live to play another day. Let's see what the close. The close on this is 27.91.57. It goes down to, I've got it down to the thousandths. So it closed. I mean, it hit its open, ran up, and then closed again right at its open right here at 1040, and now it's just kind of trailed off. Bitcoin did something pretty interesting today. So I've got an eye on the SPY here. Before I go to Bitcoin, I have averaged into 10 contracts on the SPY with a strike of $451 for October the 1st. And I did that after I saw the VIX. I had an alarm on the VIX. And the VIX spiked 1821 right here, and I got into 5 contracts. And then it made another run for it, but didn't quite touch it right here at $18.19 for a high. And I bought another 5 contracts right here as the VIX made a high. And so that kind of corresponds with somewhat of these lows right here. I bought somewhere around in here, and then again somewhere around in here for those contracts. I'm bullish on the SPY, and we'll see how it goes. Right now I'm essentially break even on the 10 contracts that I've already purchased. So then Bitcoin, look at this crazy move today. Look at that. A high of, let me put a marker on the high, 52,956. And then it dumped down to 42,900. If this thing had crashed below 42,000 and was hovering below 42,000, it would be a disaster for Bitcoin. Right now, it's actually not bad. Right now, this is actually still bullish. A dip down close to 42,000, and you get buyers coming in to buy it back up to 46. That's still pretty bullish. It's not a move. You don't want to see a move like that, but it's not as bad as it looks. So let's. I want to do something here with the daily chart on Bitcoin. So I'm going to get rid of all of these indicators real quick. I'm going to make them all go away. I want to take a look at this on the log scale. I think that's everything. Let's take a look at this thing on the log scale. Here we have a bottom. Let's see. Interesting. Let's see where else major bottom there. I'm not really seeing much else here to connect on a log scale. Yeah, let's see. Let's make a duplicate here. Let's put this one right here, sort of that high, to this high over here. I don't know. There apparently somebody has a log scale chart on Bitcoin, and 53,000. Apparently there's a price level on the log scale right here that it just hit and got rejected from big time. It's still bullish though. So I don't know. It doesn't really scare me too much. I'll just put it back on auto here, and pull all of my stuff back on it. And get rid of that brush mark. Yeah, big plunge on Bitcoin, but it's nice to see that it got bought up again. So, it's still bullish. I don't know what that's all about exactly, but it's probably just something technical. Is ready to start running again now that it shook off. There are probably a whole bunch of weak hands that got shaken off in that. Let's look at it here. Let's look from top to bottom. From there to there. A 19% move. That is huge. I wonder, like, apparently there are futures on Bitcoin. I don't trade it. But could you imagine getting in that? That is a brutal move. 19%. And it happened in a relatively short amount of time here. Let's look at the 10-minute. Yeah, here's the 10-minute. Let's look at the 1 minute. So let's see. All right. So 50,562 was kind of like the last support level, or last resistance level, like its most recent resistance level. Let's see if I can find here. So and this isn't from the high, but between this morning at 10:11 in the morning until 11:09, almost an hour, this thing dumped. In just this 1 hour time frame, it dumped 15%. That is brutal. I think this is just a quick shakeout though of the weak hands. That's my opinion. Okay, everybody. Yeah, I'm going to call it a day here. Good luck out there. Keep your risk tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, tap the bell. And I will see you at tomorrow morning's strategy session. I am out.